We would like to play.
Originally named the Revolution, the Nintendo Wii as we know it was in fact a revolution. 10 years ago, on November 19th, 2006, Nintendo released their new home console to the masses, the Nintendo Wii. The Wii was a different type of console, not just in the technology it used, but in the way it was marketed. This new console wasn't about having the best technology or having the best looking graphics. Instead, the Wii was all about having fun with gamers and even those who never considered themselves gamers. The Wii, as the name suggests, wasn't just about you, but about everyone, getting everyone to play together and have a great time. This way of thinking would make the Wii one of Nintendo's biggest successes of all time, including one of its failures in the future. The Nintendo Wii launched at a price of $250 with a free bundled-in copy of Wii Sports. The $250 price tag of the Wii was much more attractive than the $300 price tag of the 360 or the $500 price tag on the PS3. Wii Sports would go on to become one of the most popular games of all time thanks to the Wii. Because it was bundled in with every Wii unit, it quickly became one of the best-selling games of all time, and currently right now in 2016, Wii Sports holds third place for the best-selling game of all time, with 82.7 million copies sold. That's only second place to Minecraft and first place to Tetris. In terms of the hardware, the Wii featured a single-core PowerPC Broadway CPU clocked at 729 MHz. Its GPU was an ATI Hollywood GPU clocked at 243 MHz. But what was most shocking at the time was the amount of RAM it used. It only used 88 MB of RAM compared to the 512 MB on the PS3 and the 360. Now, we always knew that the Wii was underpowered compared to its competition, but it's pretty crazy to see it actually specifically in person with all the technical specifications listed out. The Wii's controllers were very different too. The Nintendo Wii used motion controls and different types of controllers for different games. Usually the Wii would use its motion-based Wii Remote controller either alone or with some sort of attached secondary controller. This could have been the nunchuck controller that added an analog stick to the controller scheme, or the classic controller that gave players a more traditional controller to play with. Something especially cool with the Wii was the fact that it was truly backwards compatible with just about every game system released by Nintendo. Built into the Wii was hardware specifically able to play GameCube games. At the very top of the controller, you could actually plug in GameCube controllers along with your memory cards. And if you wanted to play other games from the past from the NES, Super Nintendo, or Nintendo 64 era, or even games from other third-party consoles like the Sega Genesis, you could download them through the Wii Shop channel onto the Wii Virtual Console. At the time, it was a pretty remarkable thing to announce. It was something that has never been done before in 2006. Now just try to imagine that in 2016. Imagine a future where your PS4 can play PS3, PS2, and PS1 games, and your Xbox One can play Xbox One, Xbox 360, and Xbox Original games too. In its early years, the Wii was a major success, thanks to Nintendo's launch of some of their biggest titles ever released. Super Mario Galaxy was a symphony of game design that truly revolutionized 3D platformers at the time. What's even more insane is that Nintendo was able to make a sequel to Super Mario Galaxy that didn't just add more levels, but added more features, and even recaptured the magic of the original Super Mario Galaxy. Super Smash Bros. Brawl was the biggest Smash Bros. Game ever made by Nintendo, and not only did it add a bunch of new Nintendo characters into the fight, but even third-party characters like Sonic the Hedgehog, something incredibly surprising, and then something even more surprising like Solid Snake from Konami. Metroid Prime 3 Corruption finished off the Metroid Prime trilogy with a brand new controller scheme that just felt so perfect with this game. Oh, and not to mention that we didn't just get one main Zelda game, but we got two on the Wii. Twilight Princess at the beginning of the system's life, and Skyward Sword towards the end of its life. The Wii was a phenomenal success, becoming the 5th best-selling game console of all time with 101.6 million units sold. However, it quickly became apparent that the Wii was dying a slow and painful death after 2010. While technically so many Wiis were sold, the system's game library was packed with terrible shovelware titles. This also led to the Wii having a terrible attachment rate for games outside of the major first-party games from Nintendo. That, along with the weak hardware specifications as the PS3 and 360 only got better over time, led to hardly any real support from third-party developers. By 2011, when Skyward Sword was released, only 3.67 million copies of the game were sold. That's compared to 100 million units sold of the console. 10 years later, many people still look at the Wii as Nintendo being too stubborn to provide the best tech with their console in order to compete with its competitors. However, looking past the technology, the Wii offers some of the best games not just from Nintendo, but in general when it comes to video games. Now I asked all of you guys on Twitter and Facebook what some of your favorite Wii memories were, and this is what you guys all had to share. Now personally, one of my favorite memories with the Nintendo Wii was staying up at midnight to go pick up Super Smash Bros. Brawl at GameStop. At exactly midnight I went to go pick up my copy of Brawl and a Prima guide to the game. I'm not really sure why, I think it just looked really cool so I wanted it. And then came home and immediately started playing Subspace Emissary, and I pretty much completed it all that night, to the point where I eventually just fell asleep with my eyes open. Something that had never happened to me in my life till that point and has never happened ever again. Overall, it was a very memorable night and one that I waited for so long after so many delays of Super Smash Bros. And thank you guys very much for sharing your memories as well. If you'd like to be in some of the other videos I do in the future, you might want to drop me a follow on Twitter and Facebook so you don't miss it out. Thank you all very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, drop it a like. If you loved it, consider subscribing and joining that notification squad so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And while you wait for my next video, you can go check out the 10th anniversary videos I did for the Xbox 360, which happened last year, and the PS3 that just happened earlier this week. Thank you all once again for watching and supporting the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.